Hello, friends. Tonight we step quietly into a world both ancient and alive, a realm where time folds softly beneath your feet, and the vast desert sky holds stories whispered across countless suns. You stand now on warm, sun-baked sand, the grainy texture pressing gently beneath your toes, grounding you in a moment both present and eternal. Before you, the Great Pyramid rises, a silent giant carved from dreams and determination, its smooth limestone faces glowing faintly in the soft evening light. Breathe deeply. The air around you carries the subtle fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, curling lazily like smoke from a distant altar. A gentle breeze brushes your skin, carrying with it the cool hush of nightfall and the distant murmur of the Nile. Here, beneath the boundless canopy of stars, you feel the weight of centuries resting quietly, like a soft sigh from the earth itself. Even gods need a little quiet sometimes, don't they? You step closer, the vastness of the pyramid folding around you like a protective embrace. Its stones are no mere rocks, but chapters of a story written in sweat and faith, each block laid by hands that knew both hardship and hope. Imagine those hands, calloused yet reverent, shaping eternity one piece at a time. The workers' songs rise in your mind, a chorus of voices woven into the dusty air, steady and sure as the heartbeat of the desert. Your fingers trace the cool, worn surface of a limestone block, smooth from centuries of wind and touch, feeling the invisible pulse of those who labored long before you. Above, the sky deepens to a velvety indigo, stars kindling like scattered gems across its vast expanse. You raise your eyes to the heavens, knowing that this pyramid was born not only from earth and stone, but also from the silent music of the stars. Its perfect geometry aligns with the cosmos, a bridge between the mortal and the divine, where pharaohs ascend beyond life's fleeting breath into the endless dance of eternity. You breathe in once more, slow and steady, letting the sacred stillness settle inside you like a gentle wave. Here, in this sacred moment between stone and sky, you become part of a story far greater than yourself, woven into the fabric of human endurance, reverence, and the quiet genius that built wonders meant to last forever. You linger here, feeling the pyramid's ancient presence deepen around you like a comforting shadow. Its vastness hums quietly, a reminder that this is more than a monument. It is a prayer carved in stone, a song of devotion echoing across the ages. The soft desert wind whispers through your hair, mingling with faint scents of sandalwood and desert blooms, wrapping you in the breath of a land that has seen millennia unfold beneath an endless sky. Picture the workers who built this wonder, not slaves, but skilled artisans and farmers who came together under the relentless sun, their hands shaping each block with care and quiet pride. You can almost hear the steady rhythm of their labor, the creak of wooden sledges pulling heavy stones, the scraping of chisels on limestone, and the soft murmur of voices raised in song or encouragement. Their sweat soaked the earth, their bodies bent and strong, yet their spirits lifted by a vision as vast as the desert itself. The pyramid's design reveals a mind touched by the cosmos, its perfect alignment with the cardinal points, the subtle tilt that catches the sun's first light. Just so, these were no accidents, but deliberate acts of reverence and knowledge. You imagine the architects, their eyes turned to the stars, mapping the heavens with an understanding that blends science and spirituality. in this sacred geometry, the pharaoh's earthly power was joined with the eternal cycles of the sun, moon, and stars, a union of flesh and cosmos. As you stand beneath the cool shadow of the great stones, your breath slows further, in tune with the rhythm of this place. The soft glow of twilight bathes the landscape in gold and purple hues, the last light before night's embrace. You are part of this moment, a thread woven into the vast tapestry of human endeavor, where patience and faith built wonders that still inspire awe. And so you walk forward, the story unfolding beneath your feet, leading you onward toward the pulse of the Nile and the river's ancient gift. The evening deepens as you follow a narrow path where the sands meet the stone, each step tracing the footsteps of those who lived long before you. The desert cools around you, the air carrying a delicate stillness punctuated only by the distant call of night birds and the soft rustle of palm fronds. The pyramid looms beside you, its monumental silence both humbling and comforting, as if it holds a secret whispered only to those who truly listen. Your hand brushes against a roughened block, and you feel the pulse of generations, a communion of hands, hearts, and hopes united in creating something eternal. The workers' songs may have faded into history, but their spirit lingers in the limestone, a sacred thread binding past and present. You imagine the quiet moments of rest beneath a blazing sun, shared laughter over simple meals, the warmth of friendship in a harsh land, human stories folded gently into stone. The horizon blushes with the final rays of sun, casting a warm glow that softens the edges of this timeless place. You pause, letting the magnitude of what you witness settle into your soul. The pyramids were not built in haste or alone. They rose from centuries of dedication, vision, and the quiet strength of many lives intertwined. And now, as twilight gives way to starlit night, you step forward, drawn toward the winding course of the Nile, where the story continues. Carried on the river's eternal breath, you awaken to the gentle murmur of the Nile flowing nearby, its waters weaving a timeless song beneath the rising sun. Step softly to its banks, where the cool river meets the warm earth, carrying with it the promise of renewal and life. The scent of lotus blossoms drifts on the breeze, mingling with fresh papyrus and the faint, sweet aroma of morning dew. Here, the pulse of Egypt begins anew each day, in harmony with the rhythm of the river that nourishes land and soul alike. Feel the soft mud beneath your feet, grounding you to this sacred place where life springs from the desert's edge. The fields stretch wide, lush and green, a living testament to the Nile's generosity. Farmers bend with reverence to the soil, hands planting seeds that will become the sustenance of a civilization. Imagine their faces, sun-kissed and serene, eyes reflecting the deep connection between earth, water, and human toil. Their work is humble but profound, a quiet devotion mirrored in the gentle lapping of the river's waters. As you walk beside these stewards of the land, sense the intimate dance between river and field, between nature's gift and human care. The Nile's floodwaters, a sacred cycle, sweep away decay and nourish the soil, weaving a tapestry of life and abundance. This partnership is the foundation upon which the pyramids would rise, a reminder that even the grandest wonders are born from patience, persistence, and the slow blessing of earth and water united. The Nile is not just a river here, it is the lifeblood of an ancient world, a silent witness to the ebb and flow of empires and dreams. You watch as wooden boats, their sails catching the morning breeze, glide gracefully across the shimmering surface, carrying blocks of limestone quarried far upriver. These stones, heavy and rough-hewn, are destined to become part of the monumental pyramids that reach toward the heavens. Imagine the careful hands loading and unloading them, the coordinated effort of dozens working in harmony, each movement a note in the symphony of creation. Feel the cool mist rising from the water's edge, mingling with the earthy scent of wet reeds and sun-warmed clay. Nearby, laborers pause to drink from simple clay cups, their faces marked by sun and sweat, eyes bright with quiet determination. The river's steady flow mirrors their resilience, a constant presence amid the harshness of desert life. Their voices rise in soft song, blending with the sounds of water and wind, a timeless melody echoing across the valley. The Nile's gift is more than water. It is a sacred force that shapes the very destiny of this land and its people. You sense the ancient reverence held for this river, a deity in its own right, giver of life and guardian of passage between worlds. Without its nurturing embrace, the pyramids would remain mere dreams. It is here, in the rhythm of river and earth, that the pulse of Egypt's enduring legacy beats strongest. As the day warms, you linger at the river's edge, watching the workers return from their labors, their bodies marked by the sun and their spirits entwined with the Nile's eternal flow. The air is thick with the mingled scents of earth, water, and the faint trace of incense burned in distant temples. You hear the gentle chatter of voices, the soft clatter of tools laid aside, and the rhythmic splash of water as they wash themselves free of dust and sweat. Imagine the communal bond formed in these moments, a shared resilience that transcends hardship, a quiet celebration of life, sustained by the river's grace. The workers gather beneath date palms, their laughter mingling with the calls of birds and the rustle of leaves. Even in this harsh land, joy finds a way to bloom, fragile yet fierce, like the lotus flower unfolding on the Nile's surface. You breathe in deeply, the coolness of the river breeze filling your lungs, grounding you in this ancient dance between human endeavor and nature's generosity. The Nile's waters will carry these stones, this sweat and this hope forward, flowing toward the horizon where the desert meets sky. And so your journey continues, drawn onward by the river's eternal song, toward the towering pyramids and the dreams etched in stone. You enter the temple precinct, a place steeped in mystery and sacred silence, where time seems to pause and breathe slowly in rhythm with your own. The massive walls rise all around you, carved from stone as ancient as the desert itself, their surfaces alive with vibrant hieroglyphs and intricate reliefs. These images shimmer faintly in the warm glow of flickering oil lamps, revealing stories woven through centuries, stories not merely of kings and gods, but of devotion, transformation, and the eternal dance between life and death. As your fingers lightly brush the cool stone, you feel a tangible connection to those who have come before you, their presence a soft whisper carried on the desert breeze. This temple is a sanctuary of reverence, a sacred space inviting you to listen deeply to the stillness that holds countless prayers and hopes. Step lightly across the smooth stone floor, worn tenderly by thousands of feet over millennia. You pause beside a carved relief of Osiris, the Lord of the afterlife, whose serene countenance watches over the chamber with an ageless, comforting gaze. The artistry is exquisite, each line and curve crafted with care by hands that understood both the power of symbol and the weight of faith. Inhale slowly the mingling scents of lotus blossoms and myrrh, delicate fragrances that seem to embody the breath of the gods themselves. The air is thick with sacredness, yet it embraces you gently, as if welcoming you into a timeless ritual. As you move deeper into the heart of the temple, the silence grows profound, filled only with the faintest echo of imagined chants and the distant rustle of ceremonial robes. You sense the presence of priests who once moved through these halls with quiet purpose, their voices rising in solemn hymns that guided the pharaoh's spirit on its journey through the realms beyond mortal sight. Their hands traced ancient words, uttered sacred spells designed to protect, to renew, and to unite the earthly with the divine. You almost hear their soft prayers, carried on the breath of time itself, and feel your own heart slow to match their rhythm. Around you, the painted walls reveal the pharaoh's sacred voyage scenes of resurrection, guardianship, and cosmic order, rendered in vibrant hues of gold, lapis lazuli, and deep crimson. The imagery speaks of transformation, where death is but a passage, and the soul's journey continues beneath the watchful eyes of gods, like Anubis and Thoth. You find yourself drawn into this narrative, your spirit reaching beyond the stone confines of the temple to join the eternal dance of stars and spirits. The temple does not rush or demand. Instead, it unfolds gently, like a slow, sacred breath, inviting you to become part of the ancient story. With each step, your awareness deepens. The temple's cool stone embraces your feet, steady and unwavering, grounding you in a space where the mortal and the eternal meet. You feel the layers of history beneath your skin, the hands that carved, the prayers that lifted, the hopes that sustained this place for centuries. The candlelight flickers softly, casting dancing shadows that seem to breathe life into the silent hieroglyphs, revealing new meaning with every glance. You settle quietly in the center of the chamber, allowing the temple's sacred stillness to wash over you like a gentle tide. The scent of burning incense wraps around you, soothing and familiar, while the distant call of a night bird drifts softly through an open doorway. Here, enveloped by stone and silence, you feel the pulse of eternity thrum beneath the surface, the slow, steady heartbeat of a faith that has outlasted empires and will outlast the ages to come. This temple is more than stone and paint. It is a living testament to human yearning, a place where devotion was etched into every surface and every breath was a prayer. The pharaoh's journey to immortality began here, in hushed reverence and sacred hope, and now, as you breathe deeply in this holy space, you carry with you a fragment of that eternal grace, a quiet light that will guide you beyond the temple's walls and into the unfolding night. You rise from the quiet sanctuary and continue your path through the temple's labyrinth, each step drawing you deeper into the heart of ancient mysteries. The air here feels alive, thick with the remnants of incense and the echoes of prayers long past. As you move, your senses awaken to the intricate details surrounding you, the delicate chisel marks on limestone pillars, the vibrant pigments still clinging to hieroglyphs, and the faint warmth radiating from walls that have absorbed centuries of devotion. These stones, heavy and enduring, hold the pulse of a civilization that sought not just to survive, but to transcend. Pause a moment by a fresco depicting the pharaoh's divine journey. You see him adorned in regal linens and golden amulets, standing between gods whose faces bear the wisdom of ages. The scene tells of death not as an end, but as transformation, a passage through shadow to light. You can almost hear the soft incantations that accompanied such rites, a gentle hum vibrating in the air, as if the temple itself breathes the sacred songs of the past. It is a melody of hope and renewal, inviting you to listen with more than ears, to hear with your heart. The temple's layout mirrors the cosmos, the chambers aligned with the stars, corridors echoing the cycles of the sun and moon. Imagine the architects and priests who designed this space with profound knowledge, weaving astronomy and spirituality into stone. They understood that the pharaoh's fate was entwined with the celestial rhythms, that by aligning the tomb with the heavens, they could guide the soul safely through the eternal night. Standing here, you feel a deep connection to those ancient rhythms, your breath syncing with the slow, majestic dance of planets and stars overhead. As you continue your journey, the flickering torchlight casts moving shadows that animate the carved images. Anubis, with his jackal's head, appears vigilant and calm, a guardian between worlds. Beside him, Thoth holds his scroll, the keeper of wisdom and magic. Their watchful eyes remind you that this is a realm where mortal and divine meet, where the pharaoh's spirit is cared for with reverence and awe. You sense their presence like a gentle embrace, offering protection and guidance as the eternal voyage unfolds. The silence enveloping you is not empty, but full brimming with the weight of devotion, the heartbeat of faith sustained across millennia. You let yourself be drawn into this sacred stillness, a quiet sanctuary where time dissolves and only the soul's journey remains. Here, the pharaoh's legacy is not carved merely in stone, but woven into the very fabric of existence, a testament to the human longing for meaning and immortality. The deeper you walk into the temple, the more the world outside seems to fade away, replaced by a profound stillness that settles over your skin like a cool cloak. Each step feels sacred, as though you are treading a path worn by countless seekers before you, priests, artisans, and dreamers who all shared a vision of eternity captured in stone and spirit. You come to a chamber where the walls are etched with scenes of rebirth and cosmic order, stories told in symbols and colors that transcend language. You pause to study a relief depicting the pharaoh's soul guided by the serene figure of Isis, her wings outstretched in a protective embrace. Her presence is gentle yet powerful, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is care and hope. The painted colors, faded but still vibrant, breathe life into the stone, and you feel a stirring within a quiet invitation to embrace the mystery of transformation, to understand that death is but a threshold to something greater. The temple ceiling above you reveals a celestial map, stars and constellations arranged with exquisite precision. This was no random decoration, but a sacred chart linking earth and heaven, guiding the pharaoh's journey through the afterlife along pathways known only to gods and priests. Standing beneath this cosmic canopy, you sense your own place within the vast universe, a thread in the timeless fabric of existence. The silence here is rich and full, a sacred pause where mortal and divine converge. As you prepare to leave this holy place, a gentle breeze flows through an open doorway, carrying with it the scent of incense and the distant sound of the Nile's waters. You step into the cool night, the temple's grandeur still echoing softly in your heart. The journey through these ancient halls has left you with a sense of peace and awe, a reminder that greatness is born from faith, devotion, and the patient weaving of human hands and spirit. And so your path leads onward, drawn by the river's eternal song, toward the next chapter of a story carved not just in stone, but in the living breath of a civilization reaching for the stars. You find yourself now at the river's edge once more, where the pulse of the Nile carries stories both ancient and alive. The water glistens softly under the morning sun, a shimmering ribbon weaving through fertile fields and bustling villages. You step carefully onto the soft, damp earth, feeling the coolness seep into your skin, grounding you in the endless cycle of life that this river sustains. Around you, the scent of blooming lotus and fresh papyrus rises on the breeze, mingling with the distant calls of waterfowl and the gentle rustle of palm fronds. The people here move with a rhythm shaped by the river's flow, the farmers tending to their crops, the fishermen casting nets with practiced ease, and the artisans crafting tools and vessels to meet the needs of daily life. You watch a group of workers guiding a massive limestone block onto a wooden barge, their muscles straining yet steady, their movements coordinated like a dance choreographed by centuries of tradition. Each stone, each step, a vital part of the grand design that will one day reach toward the sky in monumental form. As you wander along the bank, your senses awaken to the living pulse of this land, muddy waters teeming with fish, the chatter of children playing near the reeds, the soft laughter of women weaving baskets under the shade of date palms. The Nile is not just a river, it is the lifeblood of a civilization, a sacred artery that carries sustenance, spirit, and hope. Here, the story of the pyramids begins not with stones alone, but with the patient, tireless hands of those who honor the land and water as one. The barge creaks gently as it drifts along the Nile's steady current, laden with massive blocks of limestone destined for the pyramid's rising face. You watch the workers, their bodies glistening with sweat beneath the midday sun, muscles flexing in quiet determination. Their faces are weathered, etched by years of labor and devotion, yet their eyes carry a spark of something deeper pride, purpose, and an unspoken connection to the divine task they serve. Together, they move as one, a living thread weaving strength and spirit into the fabric of a monument meant to defy time itself. The river's surface shimmers, reflecting the azure sky and the swaying palms lining the shore. You breathe in the mingled scents of wet earth, lotus blossoms, and the faint hint of burning reeds from a distant village nearby. Children play along the banks, their laughter rising like a joyful chorus amid the steady rhythm of oars dipping into water. This is life at its simplest and richest, a harmony of nature, community, and timeless faith. As the barge approaches the construction site, you feel the weight of history pressing softly against your soul. Each stone is more than just a block of rock. It is a piece of a grand vision, a silent testament to human endurance and sacred aspiration. The workers unload with practiced care, their movements deliberate and respectful, honoring the stone as both material and spiritual foundation. Here, at the river's edge, the pulse of life and the dream of eternity meet in quiet communion. You stand now on the bustling riverbank, where the energy of the Nile converges with the ceaseless flow of human endeavor. The air is alive with the mingled scents of river mud, fresh lotus blossoms, and the faint, lingering smoke of distant cooking fires. Around you, the rhythms of daily life beat. Strong fishermen haul in their catch, their nets heavy with silver glints. Women gather at the water's edge, weaving baskets or washing linen, their laughter mingling with the splash of water and calls of children. It is a scene both timeless and vibrant, where the pulse of the river animates every moment. Observe the careful choreography of workers unloading massive limestone blocks from wooden barges, their hands and shoulders bearing the weight of dreams carved from stone. The stones, freshly quarried and still rough to the touch, are carried with reverence, placed gently onto wooden sledges that will convey them toward the growing pyramid. You watch as their muscles tense and release in practiced harmony, the sweat glistening like tiny jewels on sun-kissed skin, their faces flushed with effort and quiet pride. This is not merely labor, it is sacred service, each movement an offering to gods and kings, each stone a step toward eternity. The sun climbs higher, casting sharp shadows that dance across the water's surface and the worn earth. Your skin feels the heat, yet the gentle river breeze tempers the warmth with a soothing kiss. Nearby, the chatter of voices rises. Voices speaking in ancient tongues, voices blending the practical and the spiritual, the mundane and the divine. The workers share stories, encouragements, and songs, their spirits intertwined with the very stones they move, even in hardship. There is a profound camaraderie, a shared commitment to a vision far greater than any one individual. As you walk along the bank, your feet sink softly into the fertile soil, rich and dark beneath your sandals. The river's gift is evident in every blade of grass, every sprouting seed. You notice the intricate irrigation channels carved by patient hands, directing the life-giving waters to thirsty fields of barley, flax, and emerald wheat. These crops, nurtured by human care and the Nile's generosity, will feed the builders, the priests, the scribes, every soul bound to the sacred task of creating a legacy that reaches beyond time. You pause by a cluster of palm trees, their fronds rustling gently overhead, casting dappled shade on the workers resting below. A young woman hands out dates and cool water from clay jars, her eyes bright with determination and kindness. Her role, though less visible, is no less vital in this shared effort. Every hand, every gesture carries weight. You sense the invisible threads weaving together the lives of all who dwell here. Threads of duty, faith, and hope that sustain them through sun-scorched days and star-filled nights. Looking beyond, the pyramid's silhouette stands stark against the endless blue sky, its massive form a reminder of what human hands can achieve when driven by vision and faith. The river's eternal flow seems to echo the slow, deliberate progress of this colossal monument, block by block, breath by breath, a testament to patience and perseverance. You realize that the Nile is more than a river. It is the lifeblood of dreams, the sacred artery feeding the heart of a civilization that dared to reach for the stars. In this moment, you feel the timeless connection between water and stone, labor and legacy. The pyramid will one day stand as a silent guardian of the desert, but it is born here at the river's edge, in the sweat and song of its people, in the quiet faith that their work will outlast even the shifting sands. You breathe deeply, the cool breeze mingling with the warm sun, and know that your journey is part of this endless current, a story unfolding with the slow, sacred rhythm of the Nile itself. You step now into the cool shade of the quarry, where massive blocks of limestone lie waiting like sleeping giants beneath the blazing sun. The air is filled with the earthy scent of dust and stone, mingling with the sharp tang of sweat and the faint aroma of resin used to smooth and seal the rough surfaces. Your fingers trail across the coarse rock, feeling its weight and texture, each block a piece of a puzzle destined to become part of a magnificent whole. Here, in this place where earth is shaped by human hands, you sense the beginning of transformation, the moment when nature yields to vision. Around you, workers move with steady purpose, their bodies lean and strong from years of toil. You hear the scrape of chisels against stone, a rhythmic song that echoes through the quarry like a heartbeat. The labor is slow, meticulous, each strike precise, each chip deliberate. These men and women are artisans and laborers, their hands skilled in the ancient craft of shaping rock. Their sweat glistens in the sunlight, their breaths steady despite the sun's relentless glare. You imagine their conversations, stories of home, family, gods, and the dream of eternity that drives them forward. The quarry is alive with motion and sound, yet beneath the surface lies a profound stillness, a reverence for the stone that will carry the weight of history. You watch as workers load massive blocks onto wooden sledges, harnessed to teams of oxen waiting patiently nearby. The ground trembles faintly under the heavy burden, but the procession moves forward with careful coordination. It is a dance of strength and grace, where each participant plays a vital role in the unfolding creation. As you follow the path carved by countless footsteps, your mind wanders to the architects who designed this masterpiece. They possessed knowledge that bridged art, science, and spirituality, a deep understanding of geometry, astronomy, and the sacred order of the cosmos. Their vision was not merely to build a tomb, but to create a bridge between earth and sky, a conduit for the pharaoh's soul to ascend among the stars. This is the genius behind the pyramid's proportions, angles, and alignment, a testament to human intellect harmonizing with divine order. The afternoon sun dips low, casting long shadows that stretch like fingers across the quarry floor. You pause to breathe in the cool air. Heavy with dust and anticipation, the stones await their final journey, to be lifted, placed, and joined with precision that defies the vastness of their scale. In this quiet moment, you feel the convergence of countless lives and dreams, builders, dreamers, gods, and mortals woven together in a tapestry as enduring as the desert itself. The sun climbs higher in the sky, turning the quarry into a stage of sweat and determination. You watch as teams of workers strain against ropes and wooden beams, hauling massive limestone blocks toward the waiting ramps. Their faces are a canvas of grit and resolve, eyes fixed on the task ahead, muscles taut with effort. Each movement is measured, synchronized, a choreography born of countless seasons of practice and necessity. You can almost hear the low hum of their chants, a rhythmic cadence that unites and sustains them through the relentless labor. Feel the rough texture of the ropes in their calloused hands, the vibrations of the sledges scraping against the sandy ground, and the thud of stones settling into place. The air is thick with dust and the sharp scent of resin, mingling with the earthy aroma of sweat and sun-warmed leather. Nearby, overseers with stern gazes guide the process, their voices cutting through the cacophony with precise commands and encouragement. The work is backbreaking, unyielding, yet carried out with a shared sense of purpose and pride. Imagine the logistical marvel behind this endeavor, the careful planning, the exact measurements, the engineering feats required to move tons of stone up steep ramps and position them with millimeter accuracy. The builders rely on simple but effective tools, levers, pulleys, and wooden rollers, but it is human strength, perseverance, and cooperation that truly drive the project forward. You sense the invisible thread connecting every hand and heart to a vision larger than themselves, a dream cast in stone and destined for immortality. As the afternoon light fades to a golden glow, you watch the sun dip behind distant dunes, casting long shadows that stretch across the quarry floor. The workers pause briefly, gathering under the shade of a rough-hewn shelter, sharing water and muted laughter. Their bonds run deep, forged in shared hardship and the quiet knowledge that their efforts will endure beyond their lifetimes in this moment of rest. The quarry breathes with a gentle stillness, a sacred pause before the next wave of creation. You stand among these builders, feeling the weight of their labor and the warmth of their resolve. The pyramid will rise from this very earth, each block a testament to the unyielding human spirit and the silent prayers whispered between sweat and stone. And so, as twilight deepens and stars begin to kindle overhead, you carry with you the sacred rhythm of this place, the slow, steady heartbeat of a civilization reaching toward the eternal. As night falls over the quarry, a calm settles upon the landscape like a gentle cloak. The fiery glow of the setting sun fades to soft twilight, and the first stars begin to emerge in the vast desert sky, their light distant, yet steady, silent witnesses to the monumental task unfolding beneath them. You stand quietly among the great stones, feeling the coolness seep into the air, a balm after a day of relentless heat and labor. The workers have retreated to their simple shelters, voices hushed, their bodies weary, but hearts still intertwined with the sacred purpose that drives them. Beneath the velvet canopy of night, the temple lamps flicker faintly in the distance, casting a warm, golden light that seems to pulse with the breath of the gods. You imagine the priests chanting softly in these twilight hours, their voices weaving spells of protection and guidance for the builders, for the pharaoh's soul, and for the sacred structure itself. The scent of burning myrrh and lotus lingers, mingling with the crisp night air, enveloping you in a cocoon of ancient reverence and mystery. You reflect on the immense human effort it takes to raise such a colossal monument, stones quarried from distant lands, transported by river and hauled by thousands. Placed with unwavering precision, the pyramid is not just a tomb, but a testament to faith, unity, and the extraordinary capacity of human will when aligned with divine purpose. You feel humbled to witness even this small moment, a fragment of a grand story etched in stone and spirit. The stars above seem to shimmer in approval, as if acknowledging the toil and dreams of those who built beneath their watchful gaze. You inhale deeply, the cool desert air filling your lungs with calm and clarity. The night holds a sacred silence, a quiet celebration of endurance, hope, and the slow, patient artistry that transforms earth into eternity. As you prepare to leave this hallowed place, you carry with you the profound knowledge that greatness is born not in haste, but in the steady rhythm of countless hearts beating as one. You rise with the dawn, the first light spilling softly over the desert, casting a pale golden glow on the pyramid's weathered stones. The air is cool and still, filled with the gentle hum of awakening life. You find yourself drawn to the great ramp where the day's labor will begin anew. Workers gather here like a silent congregation, their bodies moving with quiet purpose, hands ready to grasp the heavy stones that must be hauled upward. The rhythm of their work is a prayer in motion, a sacred dance between human will and the weight of eternity. Feel the coarse texture of ropes biting into palms, the strain of muscles flexing against gravity's pull. The stones, rough and heavy, scrape softly against wooden sledges as they inch forward, slow and steady. You hear the low murmur of voices, words of encouragement, soft laughter, the steady chant of effort that binds these souls together. Each block lifted is a testament to their patience and resolve, a small step toward a vision that reaches beyond the horizon of time. The pyramid's silhouette looms large, a towering testament to dreams shaped by countless hands. You imagine the architects who envisioned this monumental structure, men and women of profound knowledge who understood the sacred geometry that links earth to sky. Their plans were meticulous, each angle calculated to align with the stars and the cycles of the sun. This was no mere construction project. It was a cosmic undertaking, an earthly mirror of celestial harmony. As the sun climbs higher, the workers' movements gain momentum, muscles taut with exertion, and minds focused on the shared goal. The scent of sweat, dust, and incense mingles in the air, a fragrant reminder of the blend of labor and devotion. You watch as ropes are pulled, sledges shifted, stones hoisted inch by inch, an orchestration of strength, skill, and faith. The pyramid grows slowly, its stones fitting together with a precision that defies its immense scale. The rhythm of the day unfolds like a sacred song, steady and unbroken. You breathe in the sacred dust, feel the sun's warmth on your skin, and become part of this ancient melody, a timeless symphony of human endeavor reaching for the divine. The day wears on, and the pyramid's ramp becomes a river of movement, a flow of bodies and stones ascending steadily toward the summit. You watch the coordinated effort, the careful timing of each pull, the shared strength of men united in purpose. Their feet pound rhythmically against the earth, their voices rising and falling in chants that echo across the desert, a living mantra woven from sweat and determination. It is a dance both ancient and eternal, where every motion is sacred and every breath a tribute. Feel the gritty dust that clings to skin and clothing, the sun's relentless gaze warming your face, the sound of creaking wood and shifting stone blending into a steady heartbeat. The workers pause briefly to catch their breath, sharing water from clay vessels, offering quiet smiles and nods of encouragement. Their camaraderie is palpable, a bond forged through shared hardship and the knowledge that their labor will endure beyond their lives. You sense a quiet pride beneath their exhaustion, a deep connection to the task that shapes their very existence. The pyramid rises slowly, each stone a piece of a cosmic puzzle designed to align perfectly with the heavens. You imagine the architects who calculated these measurements, their minds attuned to the stars and the sacred geometry that orders the universe. Their vision was precise, a temple in stone, a gateway for the pharaoh's soul to ascend and join the eternal. This knowledge infuses every block laid, every rope pulled, every step taken on the ramp. As the sun begins to dip toward the horizon, casting long shadows that stretch like fingers across the sand, you feel the sacred weight of this moment settle softly around you. The workers lower their voices, their movements growing gentle as the day closes. The pyramid stands taller now, a monument born from the union of human spirit and divine aspiration. You inhale deeply, the scent of resin and earth filling your lungs, and carry with you the quiet strength of those who build not just for themselves, but for eternity. As twilight descends, the desert cools, and a peaceful hush blankets the worksite. The once vibrant rhythm of the day softens to a gentle murmur. You watch as tired hands carefully lower their tools. Muscles slacken, and bodies begin to rest beneath the vast, star-studded sky. Lanterns flicker faintly, casting long, wavering shadows that dance like ancient spirits among the stones, reminding you that this place is alive with stories and memories long past but never forgotten. The workers gather around small fires, sharing quiet words and simple meals, their faces illuminated by the warm glow of flames. Their laughter is soft, a fragile thread weaving through the night air, binding them in a shared humanity. You sense the invisible ties that connect these souls to each other and to the sacred task that defines their existence. It is a testament to endurance, hope, and the quiet nobility of labor done with heart. In the stillness, you feel the presence of the gods watching over the scene: Anubis the guardian, Osiris the eternal judge, and Hathor, whose gentle love embraces all. Their silent vigil is a blessing, an affirmation that the pyramid is more than stone. It is a bridge between worlds, a promise of renewal and resurrection. The stars above shimmer with ancient light, guiding the pharaoh's journey and blessing those who make it possible. Breathing deeply, you absorb the calm, the reverence, and the profound sense of purpose that fills the night. The pyramid stands as a silent witness to human faith and tenacity, a monument to the sacred dance between earth and sky. You carry this piece with you, knowing that the labor of today is a gift to eternity, and that in the quiet moments between sweat and stone, the divine whispers softly, inviting all who listen to rest. Dream and awaken anew. You awaken to a new day, where the desert sun casts gentle warmth over the growing pyramid, its silhouette now etched clearly against the endless blue sky. The air carries the soft fragrance of incense and earth, mingling with the murmur of live-by stirring in the nearby village. As you approach the site, the sounds of labor return: the scrape of chisels, the steady pull of ropes, and the rhythmic chants of workers united in purpose. You step onto the sun-warmed stones, feeling their ancient strength beneath your feet, and become part of the timeless rhythm of creation. The pyramid, once a distant dream, is now a soaring presence, a marvel of human ingenuity and devotion. Each block fits perfectly against its neighbor, aligned with such precision that even the smallest gap would disrupt the sacred geometry. You imagine the architects overseeing this monumental effort, their eyes sharp with focus, minds attuned to the stars and the cycles of the heavens. They work quietly but decisively, guiding the hands of laborers who place each stone with reverence and care. Nearby, you observe the workers' faces weathered but illuminated with quiet pride. Their efforts are tireless, fueled not only by physical strength, but by a deep faith in the divine purpose of their work. They share water from clay vessels, exchanging words of encouragement, their spirits buoyed by a shared commitment that transcends individual toil. The air hums with a sacred energy, a living testament to the enduring power of belief and perseverance. As the day unfolds, the pyramid's shadow stretches long across the desert sands, a silent witness to the passage of time and the unfolding of a story carved in stone and spirit. You breathe deeply, grounding yourself in this sacred space, carrying with you the profound sense that here, where earth meets sky, human hands shape not only rock, but the very destiny of a civilization. The sun climbs higher, warming the stones and bathing the construction site in golden light. You watch the workers move with quiet determination, their bodies strong and steady from countless days of labor. Each man and woman is part of a great symphony, pulling ropes, guiding sledges, positioning stones with a harmony born of shared purpose and deep faith. The air is alive with the mingling scents of dust, sweat, and the faint aroma of burning incense from nearby temples, reminding you that this is not mere construction, but a sacred rite. Feel the roughness of the limestone beneath your fingertips as you trace the smooth edges of blocks already set in place. These stones, once jagged and raw, have been transformed by human hands into precise building blocks that will stand for millennia. The workers pause occasionally, wiping brows and sharing sips of cool water from clay vessels. Their faces, etched by sun and effort, glow with a quiet pride that speaks of something greater than themselves, a connection to the divine mission that guides their every move. You imagine the foreman issuing calm, steady commands, their voices carrying across the site like a grounding force. They oversee every detail, ensuring the alignment, the fit, and the strength of the structure. This pyramid is no mere tomb. It is a cosmic gateway, a physical embodiment of ancient wisdom and celestial order. The architect's knowledge of astronomy and sacred geometry breathes life into stone, creating a monument that will bridge earth and sky. As the afternoon sun begins its slow descent, shadows lengthen, painting the pyramid with hues of amber and rose. The workers gather briefly to rest, sharing stories and laughter that rise softly over the sands. You feel yourself enveloped by the sacred rhythm of this place, the slow, steady heartbeat of a people building not only a monument, but a legacy, one stone at a time. The sun climbs higher, warming the stones and bathing the construction site in golden light. You watch the workers move with quiet determination, their bodies strong and steady from countless days of labor. Each man and woman is part of a great symphony, pulling ropes, guiding sledges, positioning stones with a harmony born of shared purpose and deep faith. The air is alive with the mingling scents of dust, sweat, and the faint aroma of burning incense from nearby temples, reminding you that this is not mere construction, but a sacred rite. Feel the roughness of the limestone beneath your fingertips as you trace the smooth edges of blocks already set in place. These stones, once jagged and raw, have been transformed by human hands into precise building blocks that will stand for millennia. The workers pause occasionally, wiping brows and sharing sips of cool water from clay vessels. Their faces, etched by sun and effort, glow with a quiet pride that speaks of something greater than themselves, a connection to the divine mission that guides their every move. You imagine the foreman issuing calm, steady commands, their voices carrying across the site like a grounding force. They oversee every detail, ensuring the alignment, the fit, and the strength of the structure. This pyramid is no mere tomb. It is a cosmic gateway, a physical embodiment of ancient wisdom and celestial order. The architect's knowledge of astronomy and sacred geometry breathes life into stone, creating a monument that will bridge earth and sky. As the afternoon sun begins its slow descent, shadows lengthen, painting the pyramid with hues of amber and rose. The workers gather briefly to rest, sharing stories and laughter that rise softly over the sands. You feel yourself enveloped by the sacred rhythm of this place, the slow, steady heartbeat of a people building not only a monument, but a legacy, one stone at a time. The sky deepens into shades of violet and indigo as evening settles over the desert, and the pyramid stands silhouetted against the fading light, a majestic sentinel of stone and spirit. The workers gather their tools and settle beneath the shade of date palms, their faces flushed with exhaustion, yet softened by the quiet pride of accomplishment. Fires flicker to life, sending tendrils of smoke curling toward the stars, mingling with the cool night air scented faintly with myrrh and lotus. You listen to the low murmur of voices, stories of family, gods, and dreams shared in the fading light. Their laughter is gentle, a soothing balm after a day of arduous labor, weaving invisible threads of community and hope. In this moment, you feel the sacred bond that connects every hand and heart on this site, a collective offering to the gods and to the pharaoh, whose journey to eternity is carved stone by stone. The temple priests begin their evening rites nearby, their chants rising like a soft prayer into the night, weaving protection around the workers and the sacred monument. You imagine their voices mingling with the desert breeze, a timeless song of devotion and renewal that has echoed through centuries. The stars above shimmer with ancient light, silent witnesses to the toil and faith that birthed this enduring marvel. As you breathe in the cool night air, you feel a deep calm settle within you, a reminder that the pyramid is not just a structure, but a living testament to human resilience, faith, and the timeless desire to touch the divine. You carry this peace with you, knowing that in the steady rhythm of labor and prayer, of stone and spirit, the heart of a civilization beats strong and eternal. The morning sun filters softly through the temple's carved columns as you step once more into the sacred space, its cool shadows embracing you like a familiar friend. The air carries a faint aroma of frankincense and cedar, mingling with the warmth of polished stone and the whispered echoes of ancient prayers. Here, beneath the watchful eyes of Horus and the protective wings of Isis, you feel a profound stillness, a sacred pause that invites your spirit to rest and listen. As you move gently through the temple's chambers, your fingertips brush against hieroglyphs etched with devotion and care. Each symbol tells a story of gods and mortals intertwined, of rituals performed under starlit skies, of lives offered in humble reverence to the eternal. You feel the weight of these stories, not as burdens, but as gentle hands guiding you deeper into the heart of ancient wisdom. In the quiet sanctuary, you encounter statues of deities carved from alabaster and granite, their serene faces bathed in the soft glow of flickering lamps. The stoic gaze of Osiris, Lord of the afterlife, meets yours with an unspoken promise of renewal and transformation. Beside him, the radiant form of Hathor invites you to embrace joy and compassion, reminding you that even amidst great trials, the light of love endures. You pause to breathe deeply, inhaling the sacred air scented with lotus and myrrh. The temple seems alive, with a gentle pulse, the slow, steady heartbeat of a civilization that sought not only to build monuments, but to weave spirit and stone into a seamless whole. Here, time flows differently, and you are invited to step beyond this ordinary, to dwell in the sacred silence where the divine whispers softly and the soul finds rest. You walk deeper into the temple's hushed corridors, where the walls seem to hum with the weight of countless generations' prayers. The soft flicker of oil lamps casts dancing shadows, creating an intimate tapestry of light and dark that wraps around you like a gentle embrace. Each step echoes with reverence, the smooth stone beneath your feet, a silent witness to rituals that have unfolded here since time immemorial. As you pause before a shrine dedicated to Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, you feel the quiet power of knowledge that flows through these sacred halls. The intricate carvings depict him with his ibis head, pen in hand, recording the deeds of gods and men alike. You imagine the scribes who once worked in this very temple, their delicate brushstrokes preserving stories and spells, secrets meant to guide souls safely through the afterlife and to keep the cosmic order unbroken. The scent of burning lotus fills the air, mingling with the subtle aroma of resin and aged papyrus. You close your eyes and allow yourself to be transported beyond the temple's walls to the banks of the Nile, where the river's gentle murmur is a lullaby for the soul. The connection between water and stone, life and death, past and present, feels palpable here. You become aware of the steady rhythm of your breath, slow and calm, as you sink deeper into the temple's sacred stillness. In this quiet sanctuary, you realize that the gods are not distant figures, but living presences, woven into the very fabric of existence. Their stories, carved in stone and sung in silence, invite you to rest, to reflect, and to dream. Here, beneath the watchful eyes of the divine, you find a refuge, a place where time dissolves and the eternal embraces you gently in its arms. The temple's innermost chamber holds a stillness so profound it seems to cradle your very breath. You step carefully forward, the soft glow of lanterns revealing the intricate murals that adorn the walls, scenes of the pharaoh's passage through the afterlife. Guided by Anubis's steady hand and embraced by the radiant light of Ra's eternal journey, each image speaks of transformation, hope, and the sacred dance between mortality and divinity. You feel a stirring within, a quiet awe that deepens with every heartbeat. Your fingers brush lightly over the cool stone of a ceremonial altar, worn smooth by centuries of offerings and prayers. The scent of sandalwood lingers here, mingling with the faint trace of lotus and myrrh. You breathe deeply, allowing the temple's sacred energy to fill you with calm and reverence. The stories etched into these walls are more than history. They are invitations to connect with the eternal mysteries that bind us all. Outside, the desert wind whispers softly, carrying with it the secrets of ancient gods and the promise of renewal. You sense the timeless cycle unfolding: birth, death, and rebirth woven into the fabric of existence like threads of light and shadow. The temple stands not merely as stone, but as a living testament to human faith, resilience, and the enduring quest for meaning beyond the visible world. As you prepare to leave this sacred space, you carry with you the quiet strength of those who built it, their devotion, their hope, and their belief in a journey that transcends time. The temple's silence lingers in your heart, a gentle reminder that in the spaces between stone and shadow, the divine whispers softly, inviting you to rest, to dream, and to awaken anew. The dawn breaks soft and golden as you arrive at the bustling village nestled near the pyramid's base. The air is fragrant with fresh bread baking and the earthy aroma of fertile soil warmed by the morning sun. You hear the gentle murmur of daily life, awakening children laughing as they chase each other through narrow alleys, merchants arranging colorful wares, and farmers preparing their tools for the day ahead. This is the heartbeat of a community bound together by shared purpose and quiet resilience. You walk slowly through the winding streets, feeling the warm stones beneath your feet, worn smooth by generations of footsteps. The vibrant tapestry of life here unfolds around you, the chatter of neighbors, the rhythmic clatter of pottery makers shaping clay, and the soft melodies of a lute played by a passing musician. Here, amid the hum of daily tasks and whispered prayers, you glimpse the human side of the grand monument looming nearby. Observe the hands that build not only the pyramid, but the very fabric of low women weaving linen, children fetching water from the well, elders offering blessings beneath the shade of date palms. Their faces are marked by sun and toil, yet their eyes shine with hope and quiet strength. You sense the deep connection between this village and the sacred structure they serve, a relationship built on faith, labor, and the timeless rhythm of giving and receiving. As the sun climbs higher, you pause by a small shrine where offerings of bread, beer, and flowers have been laid. The scent of frankincense curls upward, mingling with the warm breeze. This humble altar is a reminder that devotion is woven into every act, from the monumental to the mundane. Here, in the heart of community and tradition, you find a space where the divine touches the everyday, and where the pulse of ancient Egypt beats steadily on. You continue your gentle stroll through the village, where life unfolds in quiet harmony with the sacred land. The scent of freshly baked bread mingles with the earthy aroma of clay and straw. As artisans shape their crafts with care and devotion, you hear the steady rhythm of a weaver's loom, its soft clatter a soothing backdrop to the murmur of voices sharing stories and laughter. Children play beneath the shade of palm trees, their joyful cries carrying on the warm breeze like a timeless song. The villagers move with practiced ease, their days woven from rituals both sacred and practical. Women gather by the river to wash linen and exchange news, their hands skilled in both labor and storytelling. Men prepare tools and offerings, their faces marked by the sun and the weight of responsibility. You feel the pulse of community, a web of connections that sustains and uplifts, binding each soul to the land and to one another. As you pass a small market, vibrant with color and life, the air is thick with the scent of spices, fresh herbs, and ripe figs. Merchants barter with quiet smiles, their voices gentle yet assured. Here, the sacred and the everyday intertwine. Seamlessly, pyramids rise beyond the horizon, monuments to divine kingship, while here, in the narrow lanes and humble homes, the heartbeat of ordinary life thrums strong and steady. You pause before a modest shrine where offerings of bread, beer, and fragrant flowers are laid with reverence. The flicker of a small oil lamp casts soft shadows, and the scent of burning frankincense curls upward like a prayer. In this simple act of devotion, You witness the profound faith that permeates every corner of this world, a faith that breathes life into stone and spirit alike. As the sun begins its slow descent, bathing the village in warm amber light, you find yourself drawn to the communal gathering place near the well. Here, beneath a canopy of palm fronds, elders share stories of gods and kings, their voices low and rhythmic, weaving tales that carry the weight of centuries. The laughter of children mingles with the crackle of firewood, creating a melody both ancient and alive, a testament to the enduring spirit of this land. You notice the offerings laid carefully on stone altars, fresh bread, sweet dates, and bowls of honey, symbols of gratitude and hope. Nearby, a young woman tends a small flame, the smoke spiraling upward in a dance of light and shadow. This ritual, simple yet profound, connects the earthly to the divine, reminding all who witness it of the sacred thread that binds life to eternity. In the fading light, the pyramid stands sentinel over the village, its massive form glowing softly against the darkening sky. It is more than stone and mortar. It is a living presence, a guardian of dreams and destinies. You feel the quiet pulse of history beneath your feet, the steady heartbeat of generations who have built, prayed, and lived in its shadow. As stars begin to twinkle overhead, you breathe deeply, the cool evening air filling your lungs with peace and wonder. You carry with you the timeless essence of this place, the harmony of community, the devotion of faith, and the unyielding strength of human spirit. In this sacred space where earth meets sky, you find a quiet sanctuary for your soul, cradled by the eternal embrace of the gods. The dawn greets you softly, painting the desert sky with hues of rose and gold. As you approach the summit of the pyramid, where stone meets sky in a silent embrace, the air here is thin and crisp, carrying the faint scent of desert blooms and the cool whisper of ancient winds. You stand on this sacred peak, feeling the weight of history beneath your feet and the boundless expanse of eternity above, a place where the earthly and the divine converge in quiet majesty. Look around you. Each stone beneath your touch tells a story of sweat, sacrifice, and genius. The immense blocks, shaped and placed with such precision, reflect the collective spirit of thousands who labored day after day, their efforts echoing through time. You sense their presence in the very air, the silent prayers, the shared hopes, the tireless devotion that made this monumental vision real. This is more than a tomb. It is a testament to human resilience and the sacred longing for immortality. As you breathe in the vastness of this moment, the rising sun casts a golden glow that seems to set the stones aflame with life. The pyramid, a beacon of light and shadow, reaches skyward like a prayer, inviting the pharaoh's soul to journey among the stars. You feel a quiet awe swell within you, a deep connection to the ancient hands that built this place and to the gods who watch silently from beyond the veil. The summit is a sanctuary, a place of reflection, reverence, and renewal. Here, the desert stretches endlessly, a sea of sand and sky, reminding you of the eternal cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. You stand poised at the threshold between worlds, cradled by the quiet strength of stone and spirit, and carried by the whispered blessings of the gods. The dawn greets you softly, painting the desert sky with hues of rose and gold. As you approach the summit of the pyramid, where stone meets sky in a silent embrace, the air here is thin and crisp, carrying the faint scent of desert blooms and the cool whisper of ancient winds. You stand on this sacred peak, feeling the weight of history beneath your feet and the boundless expanse of eternity above, a place where the earthly and the divine converge in quiet majesty. Look around you. Each stone beneath your touch tells a story of sweat, sacrifice, and genius. The immense blocks, shaped and placed with such precision, reflect the collective spirit of thousands who labored day after day, their efforts echoing through time. You sense their presence in the very air, the silent prayers, the shared hopes, the tireless devotion that made this monumental vision real. This is more than a tomb. It is a testament to human resilience and the sacred longing for immortality. As you breathe in the vastness of this moment, the rising sun casts a golden glow that seems to set the stones aflame with life. The pyramid, a beacon of light and shadow, reaches skyward like a prayer, inviting the pharaoh's soul to journey among the stars. You feel a quiet awe swell within you, a deep connection to the ancient hands that built this place and to the gods who watch silently from beyond the veil. The summit is a sanctuary, a place of reflection, reverence, and renewal. Here, the desert stretches endlessly, a sea of sand and sky, reminding you of the eternal cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. You stand poised at the threshold between worlds, cradled by the quiet strength of stone and spirit, and carried by the whispered blessings of the gods. As the sun climbs higher, the desert breeze brushes gently against your skin, carrying with it the ancient whispers of the gods who once walked this land. You feel the pulse of the pyramid beneath your feet, a heartbeat woven from stone and spirit, echoing the toil and dreams of generations long past. Each block, each carved symbol is a silent hymn to endurance, faith, and the boundless human capacity to reach beyond the finite. You imagine the pharaoh ascending this very summit in ceremonial robes, the golden light catching on his regal garments, the eyes of his people filled with awe and reverence. This was his bridge to eternity, a sacred passage designed with cosmic precision, where earthly power met divine will. The pyramid was not merely his tomb, but a portal, a vessel for transformation that would carry his essence across the heavens. Around you, the vast desert stretches in endless waves of gold and ochre, the horizon blending seamlessly with the sky. The sun's warmth fills you with a gentle energy, while the cool shadows of the stones offer a quiet refuge. In this sacred space, time feels suspended, and you are invited to dwell in the sacred silence where the eternal and the ephemeral entwine. You take a deep breath, feeling the sacred geometry of the pyramid resonate within your very being, a reminder that you, too, are part of this grand design. The stones beneath you, the stars above, and the gods watching silently all affirm your place in the timeless dance of creation and renewal. As the afternoon light softens into the warm embrace of evening, the pyramid stands bathed in a gentle glow, its towering form casting long shadows that stretch like silent prayers across the desert sands. You feel a deep peace settle within, a quiet reverence for the countless hands and hearts that brought this magnificent vision to life. The pyramid is more than stone. It is a living testament to human devotion, a sacred vessel cradling the dreams of a civilization that dared to reach for the eternal. You imagine the final rituals performed here, the priests' whispered chants, the burning of incense that curls upward like prayers, the offerings laid carefully at the summit. These acts of devotion bind earth to sky, mortal to divine, weaving a tapestry of light and shadow that transcends time. The Pharaoh's journey to the stars is a promise etched in stone, carried on the breath of the desert wind beneath the vast canopy of stars. You stand humbled, cradled by the silent strength of the pyramid and the eternal gaze of the gods. The desert night hums softly around you, a lullaby of ancient wisdom and enduring faith. You carry with you the sacred rhythm of this place, the slow, steady heartbeat of human spirit reaching toward the divine. And as you prepare to leave, you know that the story of the pyramid is also your own, an unfolding journey of patience, faith, and the quiet power to build something timeless. The gods watch gently, their whispers weaving through stone and shadow, inviting you to rest, to dream, and to awaken anew. As the day fades and your journey through time draws to a close, you find yourself cradled by the gentle embrace of the desert night. The stars above flicker like ancient sentinels, their light a soft promise of continuity and peace. Reflect on the immense human spirit that shaped the pyramids, born from unwavering faith, tireless labor, and a profound desire to connect earth and sky. Each stone laid is a story of perseverance. Each shadow cast a testament to dreams reaching beyond the horizon. In this quiet moment, feel your own heartbeat align with the rhythm of history, a steady pulse that bridges past and present. The vast silence of the temple, the whisper of the desert wind, and the steadfast gaze of the gods remind you that you, too, are part of this eternal dance. Like the pyramid, your journey is crafted slowly, with care and devotion, unfolding in layers of strength and grace. Let the calm of this story settle within you, a soothing balm for your spirit. Embrace the peacefulness that arises from knowing that greatness is not born in haste, but built stone by stone. Breath by breath, may this quiet strength accompany you into rest, nurturing your dreams with the ancient wisdom of those who built not only monuments, but legacies. As you drift toward sleep, carry with you the sacred rhythm of the pyramid, a gentle reminder that in the vast tapestry of time, every moment of patience and faith weaves a thread of light. Rest now, dear traveler, wrapped in the eternal embrace of stone, spirit, and star. Don't forget to carry this peace with you into your dreams. And when morning comes, awaken refreshed, grounded, and ready to build your own timeless legacy.